I have here three 1200 ohm resistors, or 1.2k ohm resistors. We're going to look at how these resistors behave in a parallel circuit. So first, let's measure the resistance of each individual resistor. So we see this top one is about 1200 ohms, or 1.2k ohms. We get something similar for this one. And the bottom one's about 1.2k. So each of them, they're about the same resistance. We're going to connect these resistors in parallel. So what that means is we're going to provide multiple paths for the current to flow through this circuit. At first, I'm just going to connect these top two resistors. Once I connect the top two resistors, the current now has two options. It can go down this direction here, or it can come down in this direction here. When I measure the total resistance of the circuit, I can place my multimeter leads here on this outside, and now I can measure the total resistance. An interesting thing happens in a parallel circuit. When I add a load, or in this case these resistors, when I add these resistors, we see a decrease in the total resistance of the circuit. So we were at 1200 when we measured them individually, and now we're at 600, or 0.6k ohms. Notice that when I add this additional resistor here at the bottom, we should see an even more of a decrease, because now the current has an option to travel in this direction. So I measure that resistance, and we see that we're about 400 ohms of resistance. So as I add additional loads or add additional branches to a parallel circuit, that is going to decrease the total resistance of the circuit.